I love to travel. And the more I've traveled and studied other cultures, the more I've realized there are certain cultural practices that help people live healthier, happier, and longer. For example, I grew up in a small town in rural Montana where our average life expectancy was around 77 years old. Here in Italy, average life expectancy is 84 years old. That's 7 extra years of life, and it all comes from simple differences in lifestyle, diet, and culture. Here's another example. Back in America, it's not uncommon for people over the age of 50 to struggle to sit and get back up off the floor. But in Japan, the same generation gets up and down off the floor all day long without any issue at all. It isn't genetic. It's a result of different lifestyle practices, and it may not seem like a big deal, but an inability to get back up off the floor can be deadly. Perhaps more importantly, when you're healthier, you're happier, and everyone deserves a chance to live a good, healthy, happy life. We were all born into different cultures, beliefs, and traditions, and we all get the consequences and benefits of that fate. Do we just have to accept the hand we've been given, or can we improve our health, happiness, and longevity by adopting the cultural practices that have been proven to work around the world over time? That's what I was thinking about when I came up with this great, big, wonderful, maybe terrible, but why not idea. I decided to choose a dozen of the world's best cultural practices and live them all for 30 days. A kind of global good life project. Here are the practices I picked. Hygge, the Danish practice of cultivating coziness, creating a warm atmosphere, and savoring the good things with people you love. Shinrin-yoku, the Japanese practice of spending time in nature and absorbing the forest atmosphere. It's also very similar to Norwegian friluftsliv, which celebrates open-air living. The practice of keeping a sparkly clean and orderly living space from Zen Buddhism and Shintoism, which believes that cleanliness is the way of the gods. Bella figura, the Italian practice of cultivating beauty and making a good first impression by being well-groomed, stylish, exhibiting good manners, taking pride in oneself, and presenting the best version of yourself to the world. Blue Zone's plant-based diet with lots of olive oil, at least 1 cup of beans per day, and antioxidant drinks like green tea and unsweetened coffee, like they do in Ikaria, Greece, Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, and Loma Linda, California, where people enjoy greater health and much longer average life expectancy. The practice of walking everywhere and doing everything manually from the world's blue zones. The practice of sitting, eating, and working on the floor from traditional Japanese culture. The practice of growing things from here in Italy and the world's blue zones. The practice of Zazen, Zen Buddhist meditation from Japan. Siesta, the Spanish practice of taking a short afternoon nap. The practice of remembering, honoring, and thanking ancestors from Okinawa, Japan. The practice of savoring good company, which comes in many forms. Turkish keyif, enjoying delicious idleness with friends and family. Swedish fika, coffee breaks with friends. And Okinawan moai, groups of friends that are committed to supporting one another. I'm going to be practicing these things for 30 days, just to see what happens. And I'll be documenting it along the way. I mean, that's the fun of these great, big, wonderful, maybe terrible, but why not, ideas. Sometimes they're the best adventure of all.